Hello everyone, good morning. Today is Tuesday and here we are with our Growing From Within series, day 2. Today we are going to talk about metabolism and epigenetics. And to talk about this topic, we are going to reflect upon those two questions that we are going to answer with the knowledge that today I'm going to share with you. First is your environment harder or creating toxicity, pushing you harder to go beyond your capacities or just creating toxicity or allowing you to be in the comfort zone? The second question is how can you reverse the damage that toxic habits created in you? We are malleable individuals. We are people that can be remodeled, reshaped, rewired with everything that is happening around us. And that's the idea of epigenetics. We are malleable human beings. We can make up our DNA and blueprint to erase all the epigenetic marks that probably we were building up through toxic behaviors or habits that were not making the best of us. So everything in our chemical backbone structure can be changed and can be erased and cleaned with the proper healthy habits. That's the idea of the science of epigenetics. That's what research now is telling us, and that's what the healthier habits are going to give it to you. So the idea is to erase all that chemical tags and rewire and create a new blueprint of you. We are not just made of our genes, and our genes are not the destiny. That's the old knowledge. Those are the old paradigms that we have. We used to believe that when we had a gene of diabetes, hypertension, any kind of disease, we were going to have the disease whether we do something or not. Now we know that by applying just healthier and mindful habits, you are able to erase all of those epigenetic marks in your blueprint, in your DNA. And the idea is that by making those changes in the environment, then we are going to be able to rewire and erase the epigenetic marks. And to explain easier the term of epigenetics, let's just imagine that if I have here a cup of coffee or a cup of wine and I spill it in the book that I have behind me, I will taint the book and many of the pages will be tainted and I won't be able to read the information. So if I want to understand the whole chapter of something that has been tainted, I won't be able to see the information because I have tainted with wine or coffee. That's exactly what happens in the epigenetic marks that we are creating by toxic habits. When you are not sleeping well, when you are not eating well, when you are just doing toxic things and in reactive mode, that's the way that you are going to create the chemical tags, the epigenetic marks, which can be three types: methylation, acetylation, and histone modifications. What is this? These are just protections of our genes that are uncovering all the information that we have, but by marking them with the healthier toxic behaviors that we have been doing several days, several weeks, and for months or years, we are exposing certain parts of the DNA that can be read and produce a defective protein. So when I expose those regions of the DNA that I have and that they are going to lead to a defective protein, they produce the defective protein and I start accumulating them until I develop the disease. That can take months, that can take years, that can take decades. That depends on each of the gene, and in that sense, the predisposition that you have can play an impact or can have a correlation. That's why we have to be also very careful of implementing new habits, new healthier habits in all what we do. What we eat, the more clean and the more real food that we are eating, the better it will be to clean up all of those marks, to clean everything that I have inside of me, to start detoxifying the process. What I do as exercise. Exercise has been the best tool, and there are a lot of research that now is proving that I elevate the levels of calcium, of ATP, of molecules, messenger molecules that are going to rewire, clean, and take out all of those marks and leave your DNA clean so that the proteins that you produce, they have high quality and they start healing you instead of making you sick. So that's the research that has been performed in the terms of exercise and epigenetic marks. Also, sleeping well, having your hours of sleep that could range from 7 to 9 hours, depending on each person, unless you are in the small percentage that needs 6, 5 hours or probably even 4, what you should do is that you should measure the levels of your energy that you have in the afternoon. If you are okay with the energy that you are having in the afternoon without having energetic drinks or excess of coffee, that means that your sleep hours are okay. But if you are feeling tired by 5 o'clock or 6 p.m., that's not normal. That's because you need more sleep, and you should regulate the sleep. And you can start increasing it by small amounts. Remember that sleep is the cleaning, is the resetting process of all our body, and any kind of proteins that we have inside of us are cleaning. The brain is cleaning all the debris that it has. It's rewiring the connections, is creating new neurotransmitters, is recycling all of the compounds that we need to signaling processes of the metabolism. What else is very important? Your emotions. Your emotions are extremely important in the epigenetic marks. Although you don't see them, but you are making the change inside of you. Because each time I have a strong emotion, I am creating a chemical, and that chemical is going to be accumulated in my body, and then I'm going to create a toxic cycle. Rumination, depression, anxiety, and all of these are going to create epigenetic marks that can lead you to more diseases, to also having neurodegenerative diseases in you, such as dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson, all of those diseases. What else can be? Being in reactive mode. Your social environment is also important. Why? Because when we are exposed to people that have toxic energy and they are just giving us problems and they are just making us react and change our emotional profile, then we are exposed to all of that energy. So by having time to meditate, to be reflective, to have consciousness, to journal, and to start filtering the kind of people that we are in contact with, that's the idea of cleaning your environment, of cleaning all of the people that you have around you, and also cleaning the profile of your emotions, and being more mindful in terms of not being reactive, harnessing your perception and start thinking that some of the things that you are perceiving are not just directed to you. They are just responses from people that is around you and their own emotional state. And what else? Of course, drugs, tobacco, alcohol, all of those external things that also we are imbuing in ourselves and excess of medications, if you don't need to medicate yourself, if you don't need to take a drug or a pill just for a headache, don't do it, because all of those chemical things, all of those pharmaceutical drugs are also changing your epigenetic marks, and in the end they are going to lead you to more diseases than the ones that they are repairing. Medications and all of those pharma drugs, they are just useful in trauma or in injuries that cannot be treated with other things. But if you start becoming more aware of your lifestyle, of everything that is around you, that's how you are going to change the things inside of you. So, as I mentioned, we are part of the environment. We are not just the blueprint of our genes. It is not your destiny to have certain kind of genes. You can even clean them, you can even silence them, and you can even allow you to produce more clean proteins by doing the basics: sleep, exercise, eating behaviors, emotions, and having time for you to reflect, to journal, to meditate. That's why holistically we need to be in charge of everything that we are doing in our lives, because we are the only ones responsible. And that's also the good part of that science of epigenetics, is making people responsible of their health, of everything that they are doing. Now that's the science that is pointing you to be responsible and own everything that you are doing in your life. Whether you are producing toxic emotions or whether you are eating processed food, whatever it is, it will affect your body. If you change it for the healthier habits, that's how you are going to clean everything, even becoming younger, because the telomeres, there are the small caps that protect your chromosomes and the DNA also for replication processes. They are going to be extended. They are not going to be shortened. They are going to be longer, and you are going to be younger in terms of your whole metabolic system. Your metabolic age can be one, and your chronological age can be another. For example, I myself have 44 years old in chronological age. In terms of metabolic and cellular age, I have 30 years. How do I have 30 years? How do I have 14 years less than the ones that chronologically I should have? Because I have healthier habits, because I care of what I eat. And it's not being on a diet, it's just being mindful and knowing what you are eating, and being also concerned about the nutrients that you want in your life. Exercise, sleep, meditation, journaling, and harnessing and regulating my emotions. That's the whole picture. That's the whole map to empower yourself. And that's the idea of this whole journey of growing from within, helping you to create those habits and start giving you the information to access and empower yourself with that information. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I really enjoy doing these programs and these transmissions, because I know that many people are going to be benefit. So if you like the information, give me a like, give me a heart, share the information with people that you know that it's going to be helpful for them. We are going to be here more days to impact your health and to help you with the 5 core areas of the inner health. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.